Welcome to the Create and Grow Show. I'm your host, Georgi Todorov, and today's guest is Ben Hagenkoter. He's super popular on TikTok. He's a fitness and nutrition coaching for entrepreneurs and executive. He's someone who cracked the code of the TikTok algorithm and started making 15K a month from TikTok leads for his coaching business. Hey Ben, how are you doing, buddy?
Hey, Georgie, very nice for having me. Thank you very much. I'm very happy to be here and I'm very excited to talk about TikTok and the algorithm and how to make money with TikTok for business.
Great, great. I witnessed your journey. I remember, I think it was a year ago when you started with this whole thing, and you hired a coach to coach you how to get
Mhm.
leads from TikTok. And it wasn't so easy at the beginning. You tried for many months, and the result was m- not much, basically. Can you wrap up your journey, your path, how you got here?
Yeah, okay. So I think to wrap it up, it's very hard because as you mentioned it, it was a long way. So I put a lot of effort and I put a lot of time and a lot of money into figuring out how TikTok is working and how you can get viral on TikTok, and especially we're gonna talk about this later, how to make leads and sales about TikTok because going viral and making sales are obviously two different pair of shoes. So yeah, in the beginning I was trying very hard. I was putting a lot of effort, posting 3 videos, 4 videos, 5 videos a day without having proper results in terms of leads or sales. Yeah, as you mentioned, I hired a coach to know more about it. How should I script the videos? How should I edit the videos? And what are the hints which I have to do to make leads and sales? And actually, also with a coach, it took me some time. We're going to speak about it, why it's so hard to develop your own personality on TikTok or social media in general so that you can make sales. So it took me quite a while. And I think after maybe 9 months of very consistent posting, I somehow it was literally I can say it was literally in within a week. I somehow cracked the code. Somehow things fell into place, and it was repetitive. So before it was like a lot of work, which I was putting in, no result in terms of leads and sales. And suddenly, within a week, I could just produce viral videos like on scale. Every video I was scripting, was recording, was going viral because in my head something fell into place. And now I can tell you, hopefully today, what you, their listeners, can do to make it yourself to go viral, to make leads, to make sales on TikTok. And from there on, it just stayed like this. I have usually around 3 to 6 million views in a month on TikToks, on TikTok, obviously, and yeah, making good conversions there. And
Which
this is
which month was that when you started seeing the results?
it was in November 2023, so around 5 6 months ago now.
So for how long you've been trying until you got this result?
Ooh, it's very hard to say because I was starting very early with TikTok just for myself to experiment a little bit. But let's say from the point where I really wanted to use TikTok as my marketing tool until it worked, was at least a year, I think. Yeah.
Wow,
And I think with the knowledge I now have, I could make it within a month to
a month.
the same numbers. And I think I can help people also to do it. Although I want to say that obviously I'm not TikTok marketing. I'm just sharing my own opinion and my
Yes.
own experience. So maybe I hope this is going to work for a lot of people out there, but maybe not for everyone. And for sure, I'm not a TikTok specialist still. Yeah. So it's
Yeah,
only
but
my own take.
listen, your results are super impressive. Especially, we should mention the fact that your videos are in German. So Germany is how many people? 80 million people. It's not like the whole English population of the world.
Yeah.
So the fact that you are getting a few million views per month out of 80 million people, this is huge, man. So
Yeah. That's a
basically,
great number.
everyone from Germany who has TikTok is watching your videos.
Many for sure. Yeah.
Yeah. Before we get to the tactics that you use and to share the recipe, how you are achieving this, tell us why TikTok? Why not LinkedIn? I always thought that TikTok is only for teenagers.
Yeah, that's a very good point. I have to admit, I was thinking the same. So for me, it was very far to think about TikTok when I want to have clients in terms of business clients, entrepreneurs, business owners, self-employed people. So I was thinking this is not the proper platform. It's not the right platform. But actually, if you think about it, it makes a lot of sense. So first of all, without knowing the numbers, as again, I'm not a TikTok specialist, you can just go on Google and search for the growing number of people which are older, let's say. This number is growing. So more and more older people, more and more business people come into TikTok just per se over the time. So it's not only for kids and young people anymore. First, this is point one. And second, more and more companies are seeing TikTok as a new marketing opportunity and strategy. So more and more businesses go to TikTok to make advertisement or marketing themselves. And usually, if you go for at the company on TikTok, you have your own account more or less. If it's a small agency, for example, so you personally also consuming TikTok videos. So this marketing business company, which might come to TikTok just because for marketing purposes, is there now as a consumer as well. So you have these people there for sure. And now maybe the Twitch, why is TikTok interesting in comparison to LinkedIn? First of all, this comparison is maybe very hard to make because it's very far from each other, okay? But still, on LinkedIn, it's very hard to get big reach. So maybe if you have a couple of friends in your list, you have connections and you make a good post, okay, let's say you have maybe 2,000, 3,000 people reading your post, and which I consider is already very good, okay? So you maybe have a couple of thousand people interacting or reading or consuming your content, your knowledge, your input, what you have to say, your take on your topic which you have. So it's only very little people. Yes, these are the right people, let's say, because more or less these are business people, but it's very little people. On TikTok, as I was saying, you can reach much, much more people, which is a thing I'm going to talk about later. So the people which see you, or the number of people which see your face is much higher. It's millions. It's not a couple of thousands, maybe 8,000, 10,000. It's millions. And of course, the ratio from business people seeing your face of these 6 millions, for example, is way lower as on LinkedIn. But still, if you do the math, it's still a couple of thousands which are seeing your face every day. And the last thing I would like to point out is it's not a number, it's just a proof of concept because it's working for me, it's working for other agencies, it's working for other coaches. So I know it's working because I experienced it. So if this is not proof enough that it's working, yeah, I think this is a strong argument also, proof of concept for its own.
Yeah. And you mentioned that you get a couple of millions views. How do you convert those views into sales? What is the process?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is a good question. So, as I was mentioning before, it's not that easy to, or say differently, just because you have a lot of views doesn't mean that you're going to have a lot of sales, right? So, somehow you have to convert, obviously, this number of views into sales. First of all, I would let's jump a step back. Where do I see TikTok in your whole marketing picture? Okay, because obviously TikTok as marketing tool is not the only thing you should do. So where do I see it in this big picture, and how to make views into sales in this big picture? So TikTok is more or less the discovering tool. So people should discover you on this platform because you have a lot of exposure, a couple of millions in my case. A lot of people see me. So I this is my discovery platform where people can discover me, my face, some of my arguments, some of my ideas. And after this, you somehow want them to go to another platform where you provide long form content, for example, this podcast here, or a YouTube video, or a blog article, or whatever long form content you prefer, so that they can go to this platform and consume more of your information, see more behind the character, because in a very short TikTok video is very hard to show character. We're going to speak about it later. So to go there. And then this is the indoctrination phase where people get to know your ideas, get indoctrinated by your beliefs, and know, okay, you're the guy which is able to solve my problem. I trust you. I believe you. I want to know more about it. How can I work with you together? How can I book you? This is usually happening in YouTube videos where you make a pitch at the end of the YouTube video. Okay, if you find these ideas which have been provided in this video interesting, if you want to know more, if you want to learn more about it, how it's actually um, if it can happen to for you to put in reality, just book a free consultation call with me. Put your details here in this form, and I can reach out to you. So this is the big picture how it works. So TikTok here is at the beginning for discovery, then long form content, YouTube, podcast, etc. And then some sort of lead form where you can have the number, email address, telephone number, whatever you want to qualify the people, and then make a sales call, for example, in my case. So this is the structure. And one very good way to do it on TikTok is to use the pinned video. So on TikTok, you have the videos which you're posting regularly every day, for example. And in the top line, you have the possibility to pin 3 videos. And here you should pin a video. So pinned means that you pin it there and it won't move. It's fixed. You always see it in the front or at the first. And it's very smart to pin a video which is letting people know what your offer is or what your consultation is, your agency is about. So some sort of personality and offer. So the people which discover you and have been seeing a couple of videos of you go to your page, go to your TikTok profile, and can actually see that you have something to offer. Because I'm not a friend of pitching a lot of offers or making a lot of CTAs in the videos itself. I'm more a friend of that people interact with my content, and in their head they think, okay, this guy is right. What does he has to offer? Maybe I can learn from him. Then they go to the profile and then see a pinned video, for example, and then you can make a hard pitch, for example. And this hard pitch can go to YouTube, it can go to podcast, it can right away go to your landing page, whatever you prefer, how the customer journey should be or how the customer journey should look like. And the next step is your link and profile. You can put a link in your TikTok profile, which is clickable and people can click and go to a landing page, for example. Just to mention, it's only available for TikTok accounts which are bigger than 1,000 followers. So you need to grow a little bit and then it's available. And here again, you can decide, do you want the people to go from your link in bio to your long form content, YouTube, podcast, blog, or to a landing page right away? And here, for example, another idea is to create lead magnets. So giving the people something which they are looking for. In my case, for example, the best 10 recipes for weight loss. Okay, people are always interested in recipes, so why not giving them some of my favorite recipes? And they can collect it if they click on the link in the bio, for example. Yeah, this is just an idea. This is how roughly the process can look like to make views into sales after all.
Now I can see that you have 2 pinned videos on your TikTok account and you have this link to your landing page from your website. So basically, this is how you direct people from your videos. You tell them, go to my account, click the link, fill in the form, and I will call you.
No, actually, I'm not doing this. Because people, so what you described would be a very direct and very hard pitch and CTA. But this would mean that people already want to buy something because I'm telling them, hey, if you want my coaching, go on my landing page, fill in the form, give me your number, I call you. This is very far away what you want from why people are on this platform. People are not on TikTok because they are looking for coaching, looking for agencies, looking for products. The reason why they're on TikTok is they want to get entertained. They want to get rid of some boredomness. They want to entertain themselves. So I wouldn't make this hard pitch there because no one, I think maybe you agree, no one really likes getting advertised or getting advertisement per se.
Yeah, nobody likes being sold. We like
Exactly.
buy, but we don't like being sold.
Yeah, exactly. So I wouldn't recommend to make this hard CTA. I would give them value in the videos. And then if they have been seeing, let's say, 5, 10, 15 videos of you giving value, having good ideas, they themselves will start to think, oh, this Georgi Todorov, he's speaking about SEO all the time. I think he has a lot of great ideas, how to build backlinks, how to sell a website for, I don't know, 6 figures. Let me see what he maybe has some else to offer. Maybe he has a blog article or something. Boom! I go to your TikTok profile. And then I have additional information. I have this pinned video, which is leading me to your podcast. I have this pinned video, which is leading me to your LinkedIn bio. I click there and I have more information. So these people going there from themselves. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Another idea, if you wanted to be a bit more pushy, let's say, pushy, is again with some sort of lead magnet. So to give them some value, which they which they can have. For example, in my case, a lot of people, when they want to lose weight but they struggle, at some point they think about, okay, maybe it's my metabolism. Maybe my metabolism slows down. I'm getting older. Maybe as a woman I got into this stage where I don't have my period anymore. So everything is hard. When I was younger, I could eat what I want, but now I just look at this cake and boom, I have a kilogram more on my scale. And these people believe that there's something wrong with the metabolism. So what do I offer? I say in my videos, I make nice structured video, and at the end I say, you know what? If you're not sure if you do things right, maybe it's your metabolism, their belief. If you want, make my metabolism test to figure out what problems you have right now and how you may can solve it. This is the pitch I do. This is not go into my form, put your details, and I'm going to call you. No, it's something which they want. This is something which they're looking for. First of all, everyone wants to make some sort of self-diagnose.
Mm-hmm.
A metabolism test is perfect because people can diagnose themselves. And second, they're looking, or they already looking for a solution, or like the solution to their problem, because yeah, my metabolism is broken, my metabolism is not working anymore. So let me see how I can fix it. Okay. And then people go there, make the metabolism test, which is kind of lead magnet because I'm giving some value there, and then they're in my funnel. So I would recommend to make it more indirect instead of in your face marketing.
Yeah, that totally makes sense that you touch your potential customer maybe 20, 30 times with your videos and then with your metabolism test and other tests before they make a decision to get in touch with you and have a call.
Yeah, for sure.
But tell me, how should we start if we are beginners, if we're just getting started with TikTok? How to
Mhm.
best start with TikToks? What are the first steps?
Yeah. Okay. So I would recommend if you start on TikTok and you are looking for marketing tool, marketing platform, that you first start to consume, to go to this platform as a consumer, to understand how the platform, how the algorithm is working, and especially also what kind of content you like, what kind of content you consume. One problem which or one mistake I was doing myself when I it was I was not consuming TikTok myself. I was
Yeah.
just trying to milk it like a cow to get something out of it, but I was not active, not consuming TikTok. And this was a big mistake because then you don't understand how this thing is working, how people are working, how the algorithm is working. And one thing is we always think about the algorithm. How is the algorithm working? How can I crack the code? But much more important is to understand humans, how they react. Because the algorithm is just a mirror of how people react. Because the algorithm obviously is that it's just there for people staying longer on the platform, consuming as much content on this platform as possible. Because this is how TikTok makes money.
Yeah.
People staying on the platform. So at the end of the day, you have to understand the human itself. And the best human you can try to understand is yourself by watching the videos. So you just scroll, you just check which videos are you watching, what content do you like, and this is your first step. Number one, consuming yourself. Then step number two is go and just try a little bit without a lot of schemes or methods or structures, just try around a little bit. Try different things, try different styles, try maybe selfie mode while you're walking, try some role playing, because there are so many different styles of videos you can do. Figure out a little bit what makes fun, because another step is, of course, consistency. So you have to do it for weeks, for a month, for years. If you develop a format which you hate because it's so much time, you don't like it, it's very hard to be consistent. So try around a little bit and see what you like.
Mm-hmm.
And second, try to develop a little bit of personality when you are in front of the camera, in front of the video. Because as we were speaking before, no one wants advertisement. We want either way some sort of entertainment or some personality, like education from personality where you think, oh, this guy has great value. So try to develop your personality a little bit. And then the third step is then try to systemate or find a system how it's working for you. And here we go into like a cascade. You do a couple of videos, then you look back which videos were performing good, which haven't been performing good, and try to find similarities in the videos which are performing good and not good, and then decide, okay, I see similarities here which was working good on the videos, let me try this again. And somehow you find patterns which are working for you. If you want, I can tell you a couple of my patterns which I know which are working and give you a little bit of a blueprint. But this would be part number 3, which is
Mm-hmm.
very, very important and underestimated, that people just go and shoot out random videos for a long time, as I was doing it also before, and not trying to find a system what is actually working.
Yeah, that makes sense. And what are the biggest mistakes that people make when post on TikTok?
I would say first is not being consistent, obviously, as on every platform. You know, if you have a burst of energy and inspiration or motivation and you post a couple of TikTok videos for a week, 2 or 3, and then you break it and you wait, nothing is happening for 2 weeks, and then you start again, this is not going to work well. Also, not for the algorithm, and all the learnings you may have will vanish. So first thing, be consistent. Just start with one video every day or 3 videos in a week, whatever suits you. Be consistent with this. Second point, as was mentioned before, doing it too unstructured. So after this phase of trying around a little bit, you very quick should check which structured things are working. Go to other pages and see, why is this video going viral? Is it the hook? Is it the polarizing emotion in this video? Is this the cognitive disruption which the video creates? So find patterns which are working, because this is one of the biggest problems. People just post random videos and hope and pray that they're going to go viral without understanding what are the key points you can, like, it's like a checklist to check, okay, these 5 points making a viral video, and you have the checklist and do it. And people just make random videos and pray a little bit. This is not gonna
Yeah.
work. And third is continue while you see that it's not working. You know, if something is not working and you just continue with the same manner, you're not going to get any other results. So the third problem is to doing it so unstructured that you just continue without making any proper changes. Yeah, I think it's gonna get more clear when we come a bit more into what exactly would I recommend, or what are the tips to get actually viral videos, and then you understand what I'm talking
Yeah,
about.
what are your tips for making viral videos on TikTok? What is the checklist?
Mm-hmm. Okay, so without giving you a complete checklist, because don't have it in my head right away to give you 20 points, but a couple of bullet points I can give you is, first of all, the hook. The hook is the most important thing on a TikTok video, because think about it, people's retention rate or attention is so quick and so short in these days. People decide within a millisecond if they want to watch the video or not, if they swipe. So you're this on TikTok. Not interesting, not interesting, not interesting. Ah, Okay, let me watch a little more. Boom, and now you're catched. So your first goal is to grab the attention of the people, and this you do by having a hook. So the hook is the most important part by far of your video, because your content, your ideas can be as good as you want. If you don't hook the people and they don't stay with you for at least 2 seconds, then you're out. People are not going to consume any more of your content. So first check a box is take a hook which is going viral.
So you have 1 second to hook them.
Exactly, 1 to maximum 2 seconds, and you have to hook the people.
What should be the hook for 1 second? What we can do?
Yeah, so there are a couple of different things you can do. Obviously, you can make a hook by saying a hooked sentence. I can give you some examples. Or you can make a hook by visuals. Some camera shaking, some while zooming to showing something odd or weird, something which is grabbing attention, or auditive by a sound, by noise, by something like this, for example. So these are a couple of ideas which you can use. Usually for my videos, I only use the spoken hook, so the wording I put in the first 1 or 2 seconds. And here, as a very easy idea, which everyone can do right away, right now, is the following, which I discovered. You just go to videos in your niche, go to videos which are having more than 8, 9, 10,000 of views, which I consider, okay, this is the edge to go viral. And these videos you take and you write down the hook.
Mm-hmm.
Because then you have provenly, not always, but in 80-90% provenly a first sentence, a hook which is provenly going viral, because this video was going viral, because so the worst first 1-2 seconds have been good. And you just make a list of viral hooks. It's very easy, very simple, very straightforward, and then you just use these hooks, and from there on you start continuing with another checklist with your video, because then you have, let's say, the first most important thing for the video, the hook, you have been checked out without having to worry about, is the hook really going viral? Is the video complete shit and this is why it's not viral? Or was just the hook not good? And with taking hooks which are provenly went viral from other people, you can check this out without having any mistake margin, because okay, the hook is not the problem. So I work on step number 2, which is the value I give. So this is most important thing number 1 for sure.
Okay, so that's the hook. Reverse engineer what's working for your niche and create your hook for 1 or 2 seconds to grab the attention of the audience. And what is the
Mhm.
next step?
So the next steps are a bit more hard, let's say, because here it's very individual. Um, so I have let's say a copywriting blueprint which I'm using, which I'm not explaining now because it just takes too long. If anyone wants to have the blueprint, they can just write me on Instagram or whatever they want, and I just send it. It's just a PDF where I have been writing down some stuff. You can offer this to your audience here. But what I want to share here is the most important part, which comes after the hook, is being authentic, being real, being you. Yes, you can say, all right, I have a couple of things which, like this checklist which I'm speaking about, which are working. For example, being a little bit polarizing, having a different opinion than other people, making a cognitive disruption, so saying something which is against the common sense. For example, if I say in my videos, if you wake up every morning and the scale is not doing much, every time you have the same number on your scale, you for sure have to start eating carbohydrates in the evening. And this is something where people think, wait a minute, like I was thinking carbohydrates in the evening are bad. I shouldn't
Yeah,
eat late.
exactly. I was
And
shocked
especially,
when you said that.
exactly, right?
But I
And
want to learn more immediately.
exactly, because you're thinking this is the contrary of everything which I have been hearing about. Okay,
Mm.
And this can also, of course, be a hook. You can, of course, start with, you have to eat carbohydrates if you want to lose fat. This is a good hook because people think, what the fuck? Why? And then they're hooked. They want to know more. And this is the cognitive disruption, which I call it, because it twists. It's twisting the thing which people know. And now, very, very important. Please, if you do this to people and you trick them like this, you have to rewind it later to make it sense why you're doing these things. You don't want to just put cognitive disruption out there and just because you want attention. No, you should do it in a nicely personal way to discrew it later and give them some value. For example, making a twist, making a turn, or in this situation, I say, actually, it is a good idea if you eat carbs in the evening because it regulates your parasympathicus, which is the nervous system in your body which calms you down. It's regulating your nervous system, your parasympathicus nervous system. It calms you down, especially as an entrepreneur, as a businessman. You're on fire in your head. You're thinking, your carousel in your head is not stopping. By eating carbohydrates, you finally stop and get a bit calmer. And then you sleep, you have the availability to fall asleep quicker, and you will sleep much better because your body is just in a very relaxing state. You have more deep sleep phase, and you will be much more relaxed in the morning. You're more productive, so it
Mm-hmm.
actually makes sense. I'm not lying to people. And this is just another perspective and another take of things which I'm talking about. So very important for me is, don't lie to people. Don't make cognitive disruption just to get viral. No, you should give some information, give some value. But this is something you can use. And then another other steps. But what I want to talk now is the being authentic. Because again, people don't want to be advertised. If I make a video, for example, here, I'm sitting here, I'm having a script on my screen, I'm sitting here, I'm just reading the script of the screen, just frontal video. This is what many people still do. It's not very authentic. It's not very, people know, okay, another guy which is scripting his videos because at the end of the day, he wants to make sales leads or whatever. So don't put too much effort. This is a bit contradictive. Don't put too much effort in recording your reels. Don't make an amazing background. Don't make amazing lights. Yes, the sound should be good for sure, but don't put too much effort to be very. Mwah. The video
Mm-hmm.
should be a little bit more like you're pulling your phone out of your pocket, boom, and you record a video and give people some knowledge, give people some value, give people some valuable information with your own character. Because after all, this is why people stay on your platform, stay on your account, because they like your opinion, they like your take, and they like your personality. So it sounds a little bit like tricky. Okay, and I was speaking about a checklist, and now I'm speaking about personality. But trust me, even if you have this checklist and you're not authentic in front of the camera, people don't believe what you say because you may don't believe it yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Because you act like on stage, it's not going to work. Some of the most viral videos are, I have the hook, which I know is going viral, and then I just go to Lidl, for example, or to Kaufland or to Billa, whatever, and just make a more or less pre-scripted or somehow semi-spontaneous video while I'm going through Lidl and talking about some um, food which you should eat or you shouldn't eat, what things you should do and you shouldn't do. So I have the viral hook, which is working. Then I have some personality, something is going on. It's very unprofessional because I just do it in selfie mode and go through the store. This is what's working. And the third thing, besides the checklist which I mentioned, I can send to interested people for free, of course, is talk about or say things like you think it. Even if you pre-script your videos as I do, try to speak and say what you're actually thinking. Don't make it sound big, professional, whatever. Just use your everyday words and make it a bit personal, emotional, so that people actually think that they're a part of your thinking structure, what you want to tell. Like as we speaking right now, it's very authentic because nothing is scripted. We're just talking about our opinions, our experience, and this is what people really want to see and hear also on TikTok.
I see. But I didn't understand. Do you script or not your videos?
Yeah, so in 90% of all cases, I script my videos. Yeah, because you know, I'm a bit. I'm also a physician, so I'm very structured and very scientist when it comes to things which I do. So I have this list, this checklist of things which have to be part of my video, and it's just much more easy for me if I script it, pre-script it, to just make check on all these boxes. And I can be sure that the video is gonna go viral if I make it authentic and read the script as I wouldn't read it, you know. So I script mostly all of my videos just because I know, okay, if I script the video good and I perform good in front of the camera, it will go viral.
Yeah, that makes sense. And what is more important, quantity or quality when it comes to posting videos on TikTok?
Yeah, that's a very good question. I think this is also a little bit individual. I give you my own learning, but I think it comes down to personality and especially what works for you. So I figured for myself that quantity is not working good for me if there is not at least a little bit of quality, because we were speaking about the hook, we were speaking about some other things which has to happen in your video. And if you just shoot out so many videos on TikTok which are not going viral because you have not been doing a single thing right, the quantity is not making a big deal, because you maybe have 100, 200, maximum 300 views on a video. Nothing's really happening. If you would just post one video where you know which is going viral, only one video in a day instead of five, and it goes viral, and you have 70,000 views, it's much more worth it. Okay, so for myself, I can say that I was trying both. I was shooting out 5 videos in a day, and nowadays I only do one video in a day. Here I was doing everything spontaneous, no scripting at all, only my take, which was some sort of okay, because sometimes it went viral, sometimes it's not, because the hook was just not good. And now I script, as I was saying, mostly all of my videos, and I just go viral with every single video, which is just working better for me. But again, you have to check what's better for you. One point which I want to mention is, yes, you can experiment in the beginning a little bit to figure out what is working, what is not working, what do you like, what you don't like. But at some point, you should stop experimenting and putting a little bit of um, focus on the algorithm. Because if you post videos every day, couple of videos, or even only one every day, which is not going viral, you teach the algorithm that your content is not very important for people. You have to understand one thing on TikTok. TikTok is not about following. Yes, it looks great if you have a couple of thousand following, because it's like social proof. But for
Mm-hmm.
TikTok, the following is very unimportant. On Instagram, for example, if you have a lot of following, it's good, because in Instagram, first your followers will see your content and then other people. On TikTok, it doesn't matter. TikTok gives the video to some random people, and if the video is going good and people want to watch more of it, it's going viral. It's independent, more or less independent of your following. So what I want to say about, if you open TikTok, you have two different stages on top of your screen. The one of the For You page, one is the For You page, the other one is the I follow page. So accounts I follow and For You page. And on default, if you open your phone, you are on the For You page. So you get videos which are recommended for you on your scrolling behavior. And if Georgie, for example, is on my For You page, because I was watching one video, or let's make like a negative example. we watched Georgie's video from TikTok, but it was not very interesting because the hook was not good, the video was not delivering so much, or just the hook was not good and I was swiping right away. Okay, the algorithm tries to give me another one. Again, Georgie, still not good, boom, away. After swiping 2-3 times over your videos, TikTok will think, okay, this guy doesn't want to see Georgie's content.
Just for
So
some context for our listeners, you are not speaking about me, you are speaking about another Georgie, right?
exactly, because
Okay.
you're yeah. I can also take it doesn't matter who I speak about. Um, and so if I'm not interested in this content of this person and I swipe away, TikTok won't show me this content anymore because it knows, okay, it doesn't matter if I follow this person or not. This content is not interesting, so I'm not going to show him. And this is happening if you post videos on a regular basis which are not going viral, because then the algorithm knows, okay, me, I'm not interested in this person, I'm not going to show him the content again. And now we see the other side. If you put a little bit more effort in a smaller amount of videos, higher quality, I get a video of this person. It is hooking me. I'm watching the hook. Well, okay, I want to know more. I stay in the video. I watch the first 10, 15, 20, 30 seconds. I'm in. Oh, great. This video was good. Okay, then the algorithm noticed, okay, boom, he was consuming the content. We're going to show him more. The next video is also good because this person was putting effort. He was putting effort into making the hook, making the video great. I have another video a day later,
Mm-hmm.
and I still watch it. So the algorithm learns, okay, this person likes the content of the other person, so it pushes it more and more and more. So it's like a cascade, you know. If you have a viral video, the possibility that your next video is going viral is bigger because the algorithm knows, okay, people which were people which have been watching this video which went viral for sure want to see the next one, so they give the possibility, the opportunity to do this video much more. If
Yeah.
this video is also good and goes viral, the next video even more gets viral, you know. It's like a stacking
Yeah.
of interest. So this is my take. Maybe it was a bit longer, but my
Yeah,
opinion
that's
is.
interesting because for some platforms, like YouTube, for example, if you have a YouTube channel or if you have a blog, you need something called like topical authority. You need to publish 200 blog posts around your topic before even Google consider ranking you somewhere. That's
Mhm,
something for other platforms, and I was curious if there is any lower bar threshold, minimum like 100 posts on TikTok before you get the chance to get promoted.
mhm. No, actually, no. It you have the possibility to go viral directly in your first video, in your first 10 videos. Yeah. So of course, it's a bit harder if you start new to go viral consecutive right away because
Of
obviously
course.
the algorithm has to learn a little bit. It wants also a little bit authority. TikTok is not giving a huge amount of traffic to people which are just new on the platform. You know, of course you have to be there a little bit of time, of course, but there's no low threshold which I would consider you have to start with 10 videos in a day. I would say one video in a day is enough and good. I wouldn't do far less. So one video a day is good, I think.
Hmm.
And to for,
And
mm,
what is your process for finding topics for your videos? Do you use any keyword research tools or how do you come up with ideas?
mhm. Yeah, that's a good question. I have different strategies how to come up with new ideas. One strategy is very straightforward, which is again using the viral hooks, because the hooks, of course, they lead you into some direction of the video. You know, if the hook is about carbohydrates, obviously the video is going to this direction. If
Hmm.
the hook is about um, tiredness during the day, midday slump, it's going into this direction. So this is a very straightforward approach. Just go with the proven viral hooks. and start from there, because it gives you some ideas anyways. Another way of finding new video ideas is, which is also a very, very good approach. I recommend doing this for people, to think about what are the issues and the problem of your target audience, and make a video about a very, very tiny problem, or like a sub problem of people.
Mm-hmm.
For example, I know that a lot of people which are struggling to lose weight are also struggling with, how is it in English, if you feel very hungry suddenly, and you have to the urge to eat, this hot hunger, you're very hungry and you want to eat something. Anyway, let's take this as an example.
Maybe
I
when you
know.
have your sugar messed up or something, your blood
Yeah, yeah,
sugar.
yeah. It can come with the sugar, but you know that feeling that if you haven't been eating something for a while, you just like, oh, I want to eat something up, and you're very grumpy. You're like this, looking for sugar, like this
Mm-hmm.
state of mind, which a lot of people have. So you just take this as a topic, as a very tiny topic, and make a video about it. Okay, then you think another problem of your target audience group. For example, um, if they're in the restaurant, they never know what they should eat and order, because they have the feeling that they do wrong all the time. Oh, if I eat this steak with fries, I'm messing up my diet. Can I really eat it? Can I drink the beer? Can I drink the wine? Oh, everything is so hard. Boom, you have a topic. You speak about it. Because what I was figuring out is, a lot of people talking, especially when it's about coaching or agencies, they're talking about solutions. They're talking about education.
Yeah.
But what is really working for me very good, maybe someone can rely or can try it also, is to speak about and addressing the problems of these targeted groups very specific, and give them some feeling of understanding. Because if I'm making a video about the topic of, you know um um yeah, you're in the restaurant, and you don't know what to get from the menu, and you know that you will be guilty, and it doesn't matter what you eat. Everyone else is having a ball at the night. They're eating what they want. They really enjoy themselves, and you just have your salad with your chicken breast and water, and you go home. You feel unsatisfied, and then you have to eat some Snickers on the couch, or some chips. This is very emotional. This is very particular. This is very in depth of the problem of this person, and you give them the idea that you really understand them. So
Yeah.
this is another thing I do. I just think about the problems which people have, and make a situation out of it. As I was telling you, like an imaginary situation, and give them some value, how to fix it.
I see. And do you think that many people use TikTok as a search engine? Instead Google, they go to TikTok and they look for something that they are interested. And do you optimize to catch those people?
Actually, I think I don't have an opinion on this, because I don't know. Actually, using TikTok as a search engine, I doubt it. I highly doubt it. I think very, very few people will go on TikTok to search something like on Google. I think they still would do it on Google. I'm very sure that they not really doing it, because if they would look for a solution very particularly, and this is
Hmm.
more a style of Google or YouTube. You go to YouTube because you have a problem, you want a solution, you're looking for how to make proper backlinks. So I go to YouTube, boom, 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 put it in there, and have some guy telling me about it. I don't think that it's going like this on TikTok. And the next answer would be no. I definitely am not doing any keywords there, particularly to be in the search engine. I don't do this.
But you still optimize your video, I guess. You put some title that has some keywords, a description, some tags, or whatever it is in the TikTok platform.
Yes, and this is again something special which I can mention, because I, for example, don't use never hashtags which are related directly to the topic. So, for
Mm-hmm.
example, I never use hashtag weight loss, hashtag diet, hashtag fitness goals, fitness exercise. I never do it.
Why? That's strange.
Yeah, exactly. I tell you the reason, which is making a lot of sense. Because if you put these hashtags, your video has the right way direction where TikTok is pushing it. It's pushing it in the direction of fitness, in the direction of nutrition, in the direction of. First of all, you have a lot of competition there because a lot of people post about exactly this stuff. And second of all, does an entrepreneur which is busy with his everyday life, oh, barely has time for his family, has a lot of stress on it in work, just and now he's opening TikTok, swiping a little bit. He's not really looking for a solution there again on TikTok. If he wants to have a solution, he goes to YouTube. If he's already so far in his problem thinking process that he knows that he needs some help about this um, topic, he would go to YouTube. So he's just there to let himself entertain. So I go to hashtags like motivational,
Mm-hmm.
entrepreneurs, business owners, executives, stuff like this. Because then the video comes into this direction. So I have more possibility that these people are actually watching the video and getting some new ideas which they have not been looking to or thinking about, so you're separating yourself a little bit, in my case, from all the people which doing fitness and healthy and nutrition content, and I go more in the business niche because this is where my target audience is. But this can be very individual. For example, if I would go to TikTok and make SEO content or something like this, I let me think. I might actually wouldn't use these keywords also like hashtags. I also would go more like some motivational videos, making money opportunities. Because again, no one is on TikTok to search for SEO content directly. They more want to be entertained.
Yeah,
So I
they
think.
want to know, for example, how to make money online. And SEO is one way to do that. But I
Mhm.
totally get your point because those business owners and entrepreneurs, they feel super confident in their work, in their business. And when you write hashtags like motivation, success, mm, those positive keywords work well with their mind. And when you write something, weight loss, you're fat, your metabolism is slow, stuff like that, they just get angry and they swipe out those videos.
Yeah, and exactly. And you have a very good point here, which I can give you my opinion also. Is whatever you do, it doesn't mean that it's necessarily only my niche, but also in marketing agencies, whatever business you have, maybe even a product. People tend, especially let's speak about the coaching realm because this is the most effective example. People in the coaching realm tend to insult their interested people. So in my case, for example, if you're not losing weight on the scale, it's obviously that you're eating too much because you're lazy, you don't move, you eat the wrong things, you don't have your life under control.
Hashtag failure.
A hashtag failure, yeah. This is how a lot of people would do their marketing. Yes, they want to make their interested people, their leads, aware of their problem, but this is not how people like to get pushed on their problem. Me telling them that they are fat cunt, that they're lazy, that they don't eat the proper food. This is not how it works. But this is what and how a lot of people do in it. So I wouldn't recommend doing content like this. I would always
Of
recommend
course.
to make what I call a common enemy. So it's me, the coach. Here's the common enemy, and here is my, let's say, my customer, my future customer. So I create this common enemy, and I insult or let's say speak a little bit negatively about this common enemy to help my client. for example, for me, I think that the caloric deficit, counting calories, is of course the foundation, the physical foundation of losing weight. But focusing only on the caloric deficit and telling people that if they're still fat, they still eat too much, it's like the dumbest thing for me. So I make this common enemy and say, hey, customer, do you know, if you don't lose weight, I can understand you. You're trying so hard, you're trying to move a little more, you try to eat better, but it's just not working out. But the real problem is that you are listening to these people, or people telling you all the time that you only have to eat less, that you have to sacrifice, you can't eat sugar. You know what? This is not working. I mean, it's so hard, it takes so much energy, you're not gonna like it. You know, there's a much easier way, possibility, and this is me because I show you how to optimize your metabolism. I show you how to eat properly, the right foods which you like, which you strive for, not strive for, craving for,
Mm-hmm.
to optimize your metabolism so that you can eat everything which you want without sacrificing everything and still lose your weight. Um, so making a little bit of a twist, not to insult your target audience, let's say.
Yeah, that makes sense. People don't feel confident that they can face the problem alone, and you come to rescue, and that's great. It's a really, really smart approach, much better than to insult them or to ruin their little self-esteem that they have. Everything that you said is great, and you throw so much value bombs here, but just one thing, how much time does it take to create one viral TikTok video?
Ooh, this is very, very different. So it can be from 10 minutes to 1 hour, let's say. So I give you more my average. So my average is 45 minutes, I would say. 45 to 60 minutes. Because again, I could be lucky to just take a viral hook, go to the store and rent something into the camera and hope that it's going viral. Okay, that would be 10 minutes. But what I do, I sit down, I have the list of viral hooks, and I start copywriting the video.
Hmm.
It takes me maybe 20 minutes. Then I can do it in batches or in a single video. If you want, we can talk about it, but maybe it's already long enough in this episode here. So this is 20 minutes. Then I sit down, I record the video, which is usually 5 to 7 minutes, because if you once in your energy, you just have to read the script naturally, so it's not looking like you would read it. And then I do a little bit of captions. Yes, I use captions. I don't use transitions. I don't need do a little bit of zooms, or I don't need this, or don't use this. I use only captions. I use the app CapCut for
Hmm.
cutting my videos. And yeah, then I post it. I post it on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. And this usually takes me around 60 minutes every day.
So you do everything from your phone. You have CapCut on your phone, you record the video, and you distribute on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube Shorts.
Exactly.
And what do you think about hiring an agency or a freelancer and outsourcing the TikTok video creation to them?
Hmm. Yeah, very good idea in general. This is something where I think if you don't have, let's say it this way, I prefer myself to understand very well and very good how to create viral videos, so that I have the process in my hand and I can steer it in the way I want. Again, and also it gives you a very, very deep understanding of your target audience, because if you're able to make a viral video, you know that you can hit your target audience in the heart or in the brain, depends where the problem is, and that you can actually communicate with them on one wavelength, which is obviously the key component of marketing, to be sympathetic, to be on one wavelength with your target audience so that they perceive you as their solution. So I think this is very, very critical. Of course, you could hire an agency. There I would just tell you, there are so many real agencies out there, so don't pick just the first best which you see, but check out a couple of agencies, because there are so many, And I have been working with a couple of agencies already, and I can just tell you out of my own perspective that these agencies, not all of them, but some of them, didn't deliver the quality which I was looking for, or
Hmm.
didn't even had the knowledge I am right now having about these things. And
Yeah,
again, I'm not having a TikTok agency. I'm just expressing my own opinion and my uh, things which I
experience. Yeah,
think experience. But many of these TikTok agencies don't have this experience themselves. So I would be a bit precautious. Other than this, it's a very good way to save some time, obviously. What I am doing, what I would also recommend people is to outsource it maybe to just a virtual assistant or to an employee.
hmm,
Because if you have this checklist, if you have this process, you can learn someone or learn someone how to script and structure viral videos. And even if this is not working right away in the beginning and you do the scripting, this person can still cut the videos and make some subtitles. Because you have to think about the other way. Also, TikTok agencies, they offer you to cut the video, to make subtitles, and make all this technical stuff. This is so easy.
absolutely. Yeah,
It's literally so quick. Also, you can use AI today for this, for example.
yeah,
So I don't see a lot of value for a real agency right away. If you're a very big business, like for example, some shopping mall or something like this, of course they're gonna hire real agencies because who else should do it, for example. But if you're a small business or having a small team, I recommend trying to build it in your community first. And if you don't know anything about it, maybe just get real agencies to get coached how to do it yourself. Um, yeah, so
but
this is my
still,
idea.
even if you outsource it, they will not record the videos for you. They will just script them, give you ideas, and then do the technical after work, right?
Exactly. Yeah, yeah, correct. Yeah, yeah.
So
I
you
mean, you,
better hire someone to make the script, give ideas for the videos, and after that to fix it and to do the technical stuff around it.
yeah, 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 exactly. Because again, it's your face, it's your personality which you have to put on the video. And again, as I was talking about in the beginning of this episode, personality, being authentic, it's so important now, especially nowadays, because everyone can go on TikTok. Even there's AI content which fake Leonardo DiCaprio, which you barely can recognize who it is. Yeah, so authentic and being an personality is important. So even if someone is scripting you the videos, you still have to put your personal take into these videos. You still have to put things in your own words. I mean, everyone knows it when you read a text which is not yours. It just the words in your mouth are not proper. It's
Yeah,
just
they are
like,
not rolling out so easily.
yeah.
Exactly.
So for me, it's just I have my way of speaking. I have my way of my thought patterns, and I think again only my take. But I think if, for example, I was trying a couple of times to generate content with ChatGPT, obviously it's never working for me. Yes, I can have some ground ideas. It's good for brainstorming and getting new topic ideas. But why do the people watch my videos? Because I have my personal touch. I have my personal, you know, salt and pepper on the videos. My own take, which is a bit different. And you sometimes have to see things from another perspective, from another angle. And ChatGPT would never tell you to eat carbohydrates in the evening. You know.
Yeah,
So I think this is what today society is maybe lacking of some real personality, some own thoughts, which are controversial to discuss. So I prefer to just do it myself. Although I also have to check how to outsource it at some point.
that makes sense. Thank you, Ben, for throwing so many value bombs in our show, in the Creating Grow show. Tell our listeners where they can find you, follow you, and message you, maybe.
Yeah, of course. The easiest way to find me is on all social media platforms on Benedikt Hagenkoter. Just put it in Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and you will find me right away. You're very welcome to message me about all topics. If you want more information about the real topic, you can just write me. I can send you some additional information. And if you're interested in, for example, nutrition and fitness coaching, if you're an entrepreneur, this word is very hard to come out of my mouth.
Yeah.
Entrepreneur or self-employed, and you want to lose some belly fat and you want to get fit, you can also just write me on these social media platforms or go on www.benedikthagenkötter.de, my German website, or maybe Georgie, you can put
Exactly,
some.
that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put all those links in the show notes so people can find you easily. And to our listeners, if you enjoyed today's show, please subscribe in your favorite platform: YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, wherever you are listening to. Just subscribe, and this will show me that you are interested, and I will make more videos and more podcasts for you. Thanks again, Ben, for today, and have a great day. Bye bye.
Great.